Hey guys, it's Mike with EastCoastLumenOutpost, and I got a new video today for you guys, and this is all about pocket lights or wedge lights. And there are a lot of different options on the market, and some of them are better than others. Some of them are the best, and I have quite an arrangement of them here. This is almost all of them that are available, and I'm gonna rank them for you. And I have used every single one of these at work. I'm a technician. I work on cars. I actually manage a shop, and a light is very important to have, and one that's efficient and easy to use, that slips in and out of your pocket easily, quickly. You know, it's all about efficiency when you're working on cars, and a light that is efficient, quick, and easy to use, that's what you want. And I have used all of these, and I'm going to give you like a rundown on each light, and then I'm going to rank them. The way I'm going to rank them is it's going to be S tier, which is the best, A tier, and then B tier. I don't think any of these are really less than like a B tier. I mean, they're all nice. I wouldn't say any of them are like a failure. But the way I'm going to separate them is the S tier pile is going to go right here. It's going to go next to my EGTAC SX30L2R, which is, one of my favorite lights. This is like the pride of my collection. I have a couple favorite lights. This is definitely one of them. If you're interested in just a badass light, check this out right here. So the S tier pile is going to go with this light. The A tier pile is going to go with my Streamlight Scorpion. And the Scorpion is just a nice, I'd say it's an A light. Now this is an incandescent light, which means it uses a bulb with a filament. It's not a LED. And back in the day when I first started working on cars, there weren't LED flashlights. And man, if you had a Streamlight Scorpion like this, this is one of the brightest, best lights you can get. So this is going to be my A tier pile. And then the B tier pile is going to go with this cheap old Warson, no-name flashlight. Just a cheap AliExpress flashlight. This is going to be the B tier. All right. So first, we're going to talk about a new light. This is the Rivon E30 Angel Eyes. And Rivon has a bunch of lights that are in their Angel Eyes lineup. And usually like one of their Angel Eyes lights is something that has like dual lights, or maybe three or four lights at the tip. And this new one is the E30. And what makes this like a special light or unique is it takes a built-in LiPo battery, but then you can also put AAAs in it. Now, I don't really see the point of this. I wish it just had the built-in, battery that's bigger. They have the space to put a bigger battery in there. So why not put like a bigger LiPo in there? Also, I don't see the point of this because it only takes, AAAs. You can't put rechargeable like 10440s in there. Or if you can, you won't get the full performance that you would using just the LiPo. Now, the other thing with this light is the user interface is so convoluted and weird that it's not just like an efficient light to take out of your pocket and use. There's so many different weird settings. None of it is intuitive. Like I can't even tell you how to change the settings on this light. There's two buttons on top. you know, I don't even know how to use it. I used it for a couple days at work, got sick of fidgeting with it. When you take it out of your pocket and turn it on, it's never in the setting that you want. This is going to go into the B tier. Right here. Next one. This is the Streamlight Wedge XT. Now, the Streamlight Wedge has been around for a while, a couple years now. It's one of my favorite lights. And the Wedge XT, I would say, is an improvement on the Wedge. Lately, this is the light that I've been using in the shop. Now, the reason I like it is just it's quick, easy interface. It's pull out of your pocket, one click turns it on. It automatically turns on into the 500 lumen mode, which is like a perfect amount of light for working on cars. If you want not as bright, you do like a double click. But realistically, when you take it out of your pocket, you turn it on to the 500 lumen mode, and then you turn it off. Slip it back in your pocket. This is what I'm talking about. Quick, easy, efficient, no, fussing around looking for the setting you want. It's just out of the pocket, on, off, back in the pocket. It's rechargeable with USB-C. It is very waterproof, impact resistant, all of those things that would make it an excellent flashlight in the shop. And the battery lasts about a week. If I charge this up Monday, it'll be good until Friday. So this is definitely going to go into the S tier pile right here. Next one up. There is a company that makes a couple little lights that I really like. The company's called Lexol, Lexall, Lexol, and you could find them on Amazon. Now, this is one of those deals where I doubt Lexol makes the flashlights. They probably buy them in bulk and resell them on Amazon. But the ones that I have, I really like. This is a nice pocket flashlight. So you got your top light, which claims to be 1,000 lumens on its brightest, which I could believe. It's very, very bright. And your single mode, like the first mode that it turns on, is half power, which is 500 lumens. And then you also have your like pen light or top light, which is 300 lumens. And it's in a very small package. Has a magnet, a nice pocket clip, USB-C rechargeable. Very nice light. This one I keep on my Leatherman. I have a Leatherman holster that has my Leatherman multi-tool, and this also sits on the side of it. So this is going to go into the A tier. Next one up. This is the Coast Slayer. And this is a relatively new light, maybe within the past 6 or 7 months. And I really like this light. So it has a 2-button interface, and you could program the bottom button to turn on in whatever mode you want. So if you want the brightest mode, you program it to that mode, and it always turns on in the brightest. The top button will cycle through all the different modes. You have a spotlight, a floodlight, and it kind of goes like medium, high, floodlight high, and then your lowest setting. And I keep it on the brightest spotlight setting, and it's a really awesome work light. I use this for several months in the shop, and it is USB-C rechargeable, charges up pretty quick, battery lasts 3 or 4 days, really fits in your pocket, nice deep carry pocket clip. This is an awesome technician flashlight. This is actually going into the S tier. Next up is the Snap-on, whatever. Snap-on gives the weirdest names for their lights. This one is the Snap-on ECPNI032B. And this is actually a really nice light. This has two buttons, two-button interface, real easy. The button that points out is that side light here, which is incredibly bright. I believe it's rated at 500 lumens. If you hold that side button down, you can change the brightness, and it goes, from dim to bright. It's a stepless dimming, and then another click turns it off, and then this other button that points to the top is your top light, and this is the same deal. Click and hold, and you change the brightness. This one I think is 300 lumens. Now, this Snap-on light, it's incredibly durable. It's oil resistant. It is drop proof. You can just peg this thing on the ground and it will survive. That's what's nice about Snap-on's flashlights. It has a nice magnetic base. You could clip it somewhere to illuminate what you're working on. This is going to be an A tier. Now, if this had a nice pocket clip, I don't know why it doesn't. It's small enough to be a pocket light. But if this had a nice pocket clip, this would possibly be an S tier. But because it doesn't, this is going to go into the A tier pile. Next up, we have the Lexol pocket light. And this is another one from that Lexol company. I actually really like this light. This is one of the smallest in the lineup, and it is incredibly bright for how small it is. Easy interface, USB-C rechargeable, nice deep carry pocket clip, magnet on the bottom. One click turns it on, another click makes it changes the brightness setting, and then another click gives you your top like pen light style light. And for how small and inexpensive this is, I really, really like it. Now, one thing with this light is I dropped it a couple times and it started to break. And for a work light, that's something that you don't want to see. You don't want to see it to start to chip apart. Once that started happening, I brought it home, stopped using it at work. It probably would survive. I don't know if it would completely break apart, but that makes me skeptical with this. Other than that, this is an awesome work light, especially for the money. You can get this light sometimes on sale for like $12, and if you see it on Amazon for that price, I would hop on it. The other thing that's nice is, I don't know if you noticed, but if you keep the light on for a few seconds and then click the button, it won't cycle modes. It knows that you had it on in that setting, and then it'll just turn it off right away. And that's all of these Lexol lights. This one is going to go into the A tier pile. Next one up. This is the Streamlight Clipmate. Now, I don't know if this is going to be a wedge light or a pocket light. It's just a weird light. But if it didn't have this little dangly bit hanging off, this would be the exact shape of all these other ones. Rectangular, small, pocket clip. And what makes this unique is take that top off and you plug this into any USB and it charges it. That's how you charge this light up. And then it has a one button interface. I have it on the red setting right now. Let's turn it over to the regular light. There you go. It gets pretty bright. It's probably about 100 lumens. I think it says like 50. And I don't know if they're undercutting it, but it seems brighter than 50 lumens. But this one's nice if you put it in like a shirt pocket, and then you could point this to whatever you're working on. I used it at work for about a week and liked it, but it seemed a little gimmicky, so I brought it home. But yeah, this one's pretty cool. If you get it for a good price, it's a nice add-on to the collection. This one's going to go into the B tier because it's not very useful. Next one is another one from Lexol. This is going to be their pocket floodlight. I believe this is the smallest one in the pile here, and it's just like the other Lexol lights, but it only has a single COB light. It gets pretty bright. It's extremely floody. I believe it's rated for 800 lumens. You could usually get it for $10 to $15 on sale on Amazon. It's a nice little light. It's USB-C rechargeable, has a nice magnet on it. This would be a nice one also to put on to like a Leatherman pack. If you have like a Leatherman holster, this would be a nice add-on to that. As far as a work light, I'm going to put this in B tier because it's just not very useful. There's so many others that are a lot nicer. Next one up. This is one that I'm sure a lot of you have not heard of. This is called the MNG Arista. I have no clue what that means. I have no clue why they named it something that is like unpronounceable. But with that being said, this is a really nice light. The build quality on this thing is incredible. It's made out of real solid, heavy aluminum. It has a nice stainless steel ring at the top and then around the button. And then if you pay a little extra, you can get it with the front panel made out of different things. I believe there's like mother of pearl, there's carbon fiber, and then this one is made out of mahogany. And it's just a really nice looking light. Has a keychain holster right here, magnet on the bottom, and then this is unique because it kind of has like an old school switch to turn it on. So you have your just on and off. It always turns on into the lowest mode, which is about 100 lumens, and then once you turn it on, you could cycle it from low, medium, high. It goes 100, 250, 500. And this is more of like a collector's item. I used it at work for a while. I really like it. I like the feel of it. It's a nice deep carry clip. It's rechargeable USB-C. And yeah, this is going to go into the A tier. If you want something that no one else really has, I'm sure a lot of you have never even heard of this, but look this company up. It's a really nice quality flashlight. Definite A tier. Next one up, the Olight Arkfeld. Now, everyone I'm sure is familiar with this light. There are several different iterations of this flashlight, and this is the OG, the original one that has the laser and the flashlight. And I believe it has cursed me. Right now I'm trying to switch it over to the flashlight mode, and it's stuck. Let me see if I could convince this thing over. There we go. Now we're in flashlight mode. Now, this light, this is going to be controversial, but I really don't like this Olight Arkfeld for a couple reasons. It's a nice light. You know, the build quality is nice. Olight, I love Olight flashlights. They're one of my favorites. But something I don't like about this flashlight, a couple things, is for some stupid reason, it doesn't make any sense. It has a memory mode, but it defaults back after a couple minutes. It will default back into like its low medium mode. The perfect setting for this is 300 lumens. When I take it out of my pocket, I want to turn it on, and it turns on into 300 lumens. But for some stupid reason, I have no clue why they did this. It makes zero sense. But after about 2 minutes of this being in your pocket, it forgets its memory mode, and it will default back into its like lesser mode, the one that's not bright enough to work on cars. And that sucks, because when I take this out of my pocket, click the button to turn it on, it's all about efficiency. I want it to turn on in the mode that I want. It doesn't. It'll default into like it's not as bright mode, into it's like 100 lumens, and it's not as bright to, you know, do my inspections. The other thing I don't like about it is the proprietary charging. Yes, this is nice. Having proprietary charging, put it down, it charges, pop it off, great. But I don't want to carry that charging cable around with me. I want to just plug it into USB-C. Everything is USB-C. USB-C is everywhere. To me, there's no justifiable reason not to have this be USB-C rechargeable. Maybe have both. If you want to use the base, the charging base, that's fine. But give the option to be USB-C rechargeable. That way I could charge it at home, charge it in my car, charge it at work, charge it at a friend's house. You know, when I'm doing a side job, I could charge it wherever I want and not have to carry the cable around with me or purchase multiple cables. So for those reasons, this is going to go into the B tier. Next up, this is the Claris E5. This is a relatively new light, and this is actually a very skinny, thin light, and it's pretty cool. You have your top light here. Change your settings. You got your low, your high, and then your off. And then if you hold it down, you get your side light. And this side light gets crazy bright. It also gives you those red and blues. This is so stupid bright for how small and thin this is. And I really like it. I like how small and thin it is. I like how pocketable it is. I would consider this inconsequential as far as going in the pocket, meaning you could put this in your pocket and you won't even notice it. You could fit this in a wallet. It gives you the magnet. It's USB-C rechargeable. Easy interface. This is just like a fun light. Now, as far as usability at work, not really. It seems too thin and fragile. Feels like I would lose it. The battery doesn't last very long. So, unfortunately, this is going to go into the B tier, but B tier with a high recommendation. It might not be good for work, but this is a nice, fun flashlight to own. Next up, we have the Surefire Stiletto, and this is just the regular one. This isn't the Pro, the regular Stiletto. This is like the OG wedge light. Before all of these other lights came around and got popular, this was out. And what makes this nice is just how easy the interface is. Surefire is known for their build quality, impact resistance. This light is designed to be used for work, whether it's military, police, or even automotive. It's made out of highly impact resistant plastic. It's not made out of metal. That does not bother me. It has a really nice pocket clip. It is 750 lumens and has a really easy interface. Single button on the bottom, so you pull it out of your pocket and one click turns it on, one click turns it off. And then if you want your other settings, like say you don't want max illumination, you could use the side button here. And you could program these buttons to do whatever you want. If you want this to turn on in low mode, you can program that. If you want the side button to always turn on in high mode, you could program that. You use this button here to do the programming. This one is micro USB. That is the only downfall to this light, but I don't mind it because I still have a ton of micro USB cables. I have one in my car, I have plenty at work, plenty at home. If this was USB-C, it would just take it to that next level, but it's not, doesn't bother me. Despite that, because of how nice this light is, this is definite S tier. Next up, this is the Nitecore EDC27, probably the second most popular out of all of these lights. And this one was actually sent to me by Nitecore because when I got the original one, it had a rattle in it and this button misfired sometimes. So they reached out to me, sent me another one. This one works better. Still have an occasional misfire. There's no rattle. But this light is awesome. I really like this Nitecore light. There you go. There was a misfire. So one click turns it on. Half click will change the settings. 15, 65, 200, 1000. And then another full click turns it off. Now, it has mode memory. So when you turn it back on, it will automatically turn on to whatever mode you last had, which is nice. This other button is your, like, crazy button. This thing puts out 3000 lumens. It is incredibly bright, like searing hot bright. And then a full click gives you that strobe. This is like tactical. I could see this being an excellent police flashlight if you wanted to stun someone with that strobe. You have the nice OLED screen with all the info. It is USB-C rechargeable, deep carry pocket clip, incredibly well made. This is going to go into the A tier. This would probably be an S tier if not for one complication. And that is, I know you can lock out this flashlight, but when you lock it out, it kills the efficiency of the light. But if you use it at work and you don't lock it out, this top button here is so easy to press, so incredibly easy to press, that if you have it in your pocket, you will undoubtedly hit that button and it will start burning your ass like so bad. I've heard of people burning holes in their pants from this light being accidentally turned on in their pocket. Because of that, it's going to be A tier. If not for that, this would be S tier. Next up, this is the Tongan YC8003. I'm sure a lot of you have probably seen this light floating around online. This is like the Chinese, counter to the Arkfeld Pro. I actually really like this flashlight. It has deep carry pocket clip, USB-C rechargeable, easy interface, and so many different functions. It has the top light that does have mode memory. It's this one, it's click and hold for just a second and it turns it on. Click and hold for another second, turns it off. It's 1,000 lumens, and then a single click when you have it on will go through the settings, and then turn it off. It will always turn back on to where you had it. You also have your UV light, and it's a nice, good quality UV light. It's going to be very hard to see with this, light on. And then you got your side light here. This side light has several different functions. This is going to be UV. This is how grow lights are for plants. You have, it's almost like a full spectrum. A little bit of white light, a little bit of UV, and then a little bit of red light. And then same deal, single click will cycle through the different modes. So this is like your warm white, your cool white, your red flashy, and then back to the UV, and then click and hold will turn it off. And then the last one is, I kind of don't want to do it, but it's so loud my kids are probably going to freak out. For some reason this has a siren on it. Yeah, it's like stupid loud. That would be like an emergency if you're in public. I don't see anyone ever needing that, but it has it, and it's cool. It makes it cool. So this one, it's tough. I really like it. For now, this is the only one that I'm going to do this. Because I don't have a lot of experience with it yet, I'm going to put this in between A tier and S tier. Also, I found this light for, I got it for $30 on, or less. I got it for like $26 on Amazon. It was on sale for like $35, and then it had a 20% off coupon. And for that light, it's a steal. It is almost a quarter of the price of the Arkfeld Pro, and just about as many features. And the build quality is nice. The last one up, this is the OG Streamlight Wedge. This light has been out forever. This is probably my most used flashlight. I use this at work for probably 2 years, every single day. And it is just an incredibly easy and simple interface. It's pull out of the pocket and then turns on with your thumb, turns off with your thumb. It turns on into 300 lumen, and then if you hold it forward, you get like 1,000 lumen burst. It's going to be hard to see, also because the light's running dead right now. I need to charge it. But yeah, you got your 300, your 1,000, and that's it. It's so easy on and off. It fits in the pocket so well. USB-C rechargeable. Lasts almost a week on a full charge. Has a battery indicator. This lights up. It's hard to see with the light on shining on it, but yeah, this is probably, as of right now, my all-time favorite work light. Like wedge pocket light. This is 100% going to go into the S tier. All right, so these are the rankings. Anyone out there that needs a light for work, if you work in a shop, especially automotive, that's what I am most familiar with. These 4 right here are going to be perfect work lights. This one, give it a little more time. Maybe I'll do a dedicated review and then rank this either S or A. And then the rest of these, you see where they line up. A couple shout outs. This light is just a real fun, awesome light. And then the Lexol lights. For the money, they're really nice. These are more for putting on like a Leatherman holster, I would say. Alright guys, this has been a fun video. Thank you for letting me go over all this with you. if you have any questions, comments, anything, leave it down below, and I try to reply to every single comment. We are almost at 1,000 subscribers. So once I get there, probably before then, I'm going to do my giveaway winner. I'm giving away a $200 flashlight. Watch my previous video for those details. Only like 3 people have entered that giveaway, so the chances are high that you could win. If you're interested, watch that video. The details are there. Probably going to do that in another couple weeks, announce the winner. All right, guys, thank you so much. I will see you guys in the next video real soon. Peace.